Somewhere in the Beinecke Rare Book Library at Yale University sits a book that has defeated every codebreaker, linguist, and artificial intelligence system ever aimed at it. It is roughly 600 years old. It contains 240 pages of text written in an alphabet that appears nowhere else on Earth, alongside illustrations of plants that do not exist, astronomical diagrams that match no known system, and drawings of naked women bathing in elaborate plumbing that connects to no architectural tradition. Nobody knows who wrote it, what language it is in, or what it says. It is called the Voynich Manuscript, and it is the most studied unread book in history. The manuscript is named after Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish book dealer who purchased it in 1912 from a Jesuit college in Italy. Voynich claimed he found it in a chest of old books, and he spent the rest of his life trying to decode it. He failed. So did everyone who followed him. Radiocarbon dating places the vellum, the animal skin the pages are made from, between 1404 and 1438. The ink is consistent with materials available in that period. So the physical book is genuinely medieval. But that only deepens the mystery because the text inside follows statistical patterns that suggest a real language, not random gibberish, and yet it matches no known language, living or dead. The writing system contains roughly 25 to 30 distinct characters, depending on how you count ligatures. The text flows left to right. Words have consistent internal structure. Certain characters appear only at the beginnings of words, others only at the ends, and letter frequencies follow patterns similar to natural languages. In 2017, researchers applied computational analysis and found that the text obeys Zipf's law, a mathematical property that governs word frequency in every known human language. Random text does not follow Zipf's law. Constructed hoaxes rarely do either. The illustrations make the mystery stranger. The botanical section contains drawings of over 100 plants, and while a few vaguely resemble real species, most are clearly imaginary or composite, roots from one plant grafted onto leaves from another, flowers that exist in no botanical record. The astronomical section shows circular diagrams that might represent zodiac symbols or celestial mechanics, but they do not match medieval European, Arabic, or Chinese star charts. The biological section depicts small naked figures, almost always women, immersed in pools connected by an elaborate network of tubes and vessels. No one has convincingly explained what this represents. Dozens of theories have been proposed. Roger Bacon, the 13th century friar and early scientist, was a popular candidate for authorship until the carbon dating ruled him out. Some believe it was created by a young Leonardo da Vinci, though the handwriting does not match. Others have proposed it is an elaborate hoax, perhaps by Voynich himself to inflate its sale value. But the carbon dating and ink analysis make a modern forgery impossible. The most provocative theory comes from linguist Stephen Bax, who before his death in 2017 claimed to have decoded a handful of words by cross-referencing plant illustrations with medieval herbals from the region. He identified what he believed were the names of specific plants written in an otherwise unknown script. Other researchers have proposed that the text might be written in an unusual dialect or a constructed language created by a medieval scholar for private use. Artificial intelligence has taken its turn. In 2018, a team from the University of Alberta ran the text through machine learning algorithms trained on hundreds of languages. The algorithm suggested Hebrew as the closest match, proposing that the text might be alphagrams, words with their letters rearranged alphabetically. The decoded output was mostly incoherent, and the finding has not been widely accepted. What keeps researchers returning to the Voynich manuscript is the uncomfortable middle ground it occupies. It is too structured to be random. It is too consistent to be a simple cipher that any modern computer could crack. And it is too old to be a modern fabrication. Something is being said on those pages. We simply do not have the key. The book sits in its climate-controlled case at Yale, available to any scholar who requests access. 600 years after someone sat down and filled those pages with careful, deliberate strokes, we are no closer to understanding a single sentence than the day Wilfrid Voynich pulled it from that dusty chest. Whatever secret the manuscript holds, it is patient.